Hi Chandni. Hi Kosha. Hi Neeti. We're so glad you've all joined us today. Hi Vishen. Hi Sharan. Hi Isha. So we're going to wait for a few seconds till we have Ankita join us. Isha, we're excited as well. Hey Nirali, what's up? Hi Beyond a Name. So I think we have Ankita here. We're going to get her to join us very, very soon. So before we have her on board, let me introduce myself. So my name is Ritika Shah. I run an institute called Fable Street. We run speech, drama, communication skills classes for children. And today we thought of getting Ankita Jagtiani on board. She's a life coach and we can't wait to speak with her. So I'm going to get her on board now, Ankita. So we're waiting for her to join in. Hi, Ankita.
Hey Ritika, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
All good, all good. Good to be here finally after all our conversations.
Definitely. Thanks, Magil Mom. You're an amazing teacher yourself. Okay. I hope you can all see us. If you can, just give us a thumbs up so we know you can see us.
Okay, I think
I think we can start. Should we wait for a few seconds till
yes.
we have everyone come on?
Sure, sure.
Okay.
So Ritika, thanks a ton for having me here actually.
In fact, it's a pleasure to have you here because you do such great work. I'm sure parents can benefit out of it today.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you. And I obviously have been seeing everything that you've been doing. And just to tell everyone, Ritika and I have been planning to work together since so long because we do some similar stuff, but it's
Yeah.
finally happened. So I'm really excited.
And we have it like, ready for after a very, very long time. So I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
let me begin. I want to
Nice.
take this opportunity to introduce you, Ankita. Ankita Jagtiani over here with us is a life coach. She deals with young adults and children very closely. She inculcates some really important life skills in students. And I believe you've done so many sessions with educational institutes like BIS.
Yes, thanks, Ritika. Thanks for that. In fact, I mean, I really like what you guys are doing, and I'd actually like to know a little more if you can shed a little more light on Fable Street.
Of course. So Fable Street is basically a speech drama communication skills institute. We're in affiliation with Trinity College London. So what
Right.
we majorly focus on is to enhance students' verbal skills, using speech drama as very important aids. And it helps a lot in building their confidence at a very tender age group. And we have seen a lot of people benefiting from it. So it's great. It's great work.
Yeah, I'm sure. And getting an affiliation from Trinity College is not easy. So, I mean, hats
Yeah.
off to you, really.
Yeah, it's a fulfilling job, so I love it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Great.
Ankita, before we begin, I want to sort of, put some clarity on what the difference is between a life coach and a therapist. A lot of people have a lot of confusion. So, could you bring some light on that?
Yes, absolutely. I'm happy you asked me that. So, a lot of people think coaching is therapy or counseling. In fact, even Even when I talk to people, they say, okay, we're getting ready for our next counseling session. And I say, no, it's not counseling.
Correct.
Coaching is very different.
Okay.
Coaching basically is focused on where you are today, how you feel today,
Okay.
what your behavior pattern is today, and what you want to achieve in the future. So we try to draw a parallel between now and later. So today and
Lovely.
tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Whereas therapy and counseling goes back to the past, where your behavior stem from. So someone who's not emotionally, who is emotionally very happy may not want to go to a counselor.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's when they could come to a coach.
So I
Whereas someone
believe,
who, sorry,
yes, I believe you
yeah.
do a lot of futuristic analysis for a child, get them to, meet their goals very successfully.
I think time will tell that.
Okay.
So far, so good. And I think it's them, I don't think I have the right to say what I've done. I think
Okay.
it's when you see results, when you see those kids happy, and
Sure,
I
sure.
think that's the success in it,
Okay.
really.
So,
Yeah.
Ankita, I think we are down with two lockdowns now. We're actually three
Yeah.
now, and we're starting with the
Yeah.
fourth one. And we have a lot of requests from parents to make them understand how to keep their cubs busy. It's a very, very
Right.
difficult time for them. We have a lot of students getting restless and anxious. What do you think can be done about a situation like this?
So, Ritika, of course, it's really hard right now for them.
Okay.
So, this is like a tragic event for them. Now,
Of
for
course,
us,
yeah.
it's not so tragic, right? Because what happens is that are we're measuring this event in our life against a lifetime of our experiences that we've gone through. So we've been
Correct.
through more tragic things. This is just an event, which is of course a big event. Um, but for kids, this is a tragic lifetime, something that they need to mourn about. It's a sad time for them. So it's obvious that they will feel low, they will be sad. So it's okay for them to feel sad. Parents need to
Correct.
tell them, "Look, all right, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling restless, if you're feeling anxious, it's normal." They need to
Correct.
have conversations. Now, when we moan about something, we like to be empathized with. The same way, parents need to empathize with their children. So they also need to know they may not have all the answers.
Of course, none of
And
us
it's
have it at right at this point.
exactly. And it's okay to not have those answers, but talking through things can help them feel slightly better, which
I
is what the
understand. Yeah.
goal is,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And it's also important to acknowledge their feelings. So someone can, ask their child, I see you look a little angry. Is it because you aren't being able to go down?
Correct.
The kid might turn around and say, no, it's actually because I'm missing my friends.
So they're able to voice their opinions in that sense.
Yes, and that
Yeah.
helps us teach them from a younger age that it's okay to express your feelings.
Okay. I completely understand. And I feel like, when children get that vent, it's so much better for them because they're able to then tell their surroundings what they're actually feeling.
Yes, absolutely. And I think all of that probably comes out a lot when you do your activities
A
with them.
lot. So, for our activities, we always use up the first 5 minutes to ask our
Hmm.
students how are they feeling, what have they
Wow.
been doing at home, are there any exciting things they've been doing that they can share with us. So, that is also helping them vent out whatever they're feeling at that point in time.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So I'm sure you also check on to the source of information that they are getting.
of course,
Because
yes.
some of the slightly older kids or a little more tech savvy kids, they will go on social media and read what is happening today, but it could be frightening for them. So for parents, it's also good to understand where is that information coming
Okay.
from. Like
So can you
like
throw light on how can somebody really keep a check on social media? I mean, there's news
uh,
everywhere right now. So what do we possibly do?
so for parents, of course, it's important for them to get the information from a trusted source.
Correct.
I'm sure know that social media is they know that social media does not have all clear information. It's all warped, right?
Correct.
So if they have the conversation and say, okay, so what do you know about this? the kid will tell them what they know, and they can actually, based on the age of the kid, create a story and tell them what it's about,
That makes so
what
much
this
sense.
situation is
Wow.
about.
Yeah. I feel like for at least preschoolers or at least until the age of 7, you can definitely create a story out of it and tell the students. So in a way, they're also enjoying it, but understanding the integrity, the importance of the
Yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah. And we can't scare them.
Yeah, we can't scare them at this point. Yeah. So
Right.
Ankita, I feel like there's so much negativity around. People are talking about all the uncertainty there is, and
Hmm.
I feel like it's reflecting on our students. How
Hmm.
do you think we can possibly get them to perceive this more positively?
So as a parent or as a mentor for you,
Correct.
you are the kid's hero right now.
Of
You're
course.
their role model. They look up to you, they look up to their parents. And a lot of anxiety could come from parents because let's face it, right now, everybody is juggling different lives. They're
Yeah.
juggling their work life, their personal life, their cleaning, cooking, everything. And these are all important things. And apart from
Yeah.
these important things, there'll be 20 other things.
Yeah. So many thoughts
Correct?
all around. Yeah.
Absolutely. So for parents, they need to be mindful that we understand that there will be that negativity, that anxiety that they are facing, but they need to be mindful that they cannot showcase that in front of their kids. So if they're angry or upset or really annoyed about something, go into a room, speak to your partner, deal
Yeah.
with it there. Make sure your kid is not around because if they feel the negativity around, they are bound to feel more negative. So you need to keep that environment clean. So
Yeah.
what?
And
Sorry.
And I feel like words are so important. There are times when we're frustrated and we tell people around us, you know what, I'm so frustrated, just like get out of here.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
really plays a very, very important role in a child's life.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So you're supposed to reframe your thinking
Correct.
the way you're thinking. So if you feel that I'm really annoyed because my child is not listening to me,
Hmm.
instead you turn it around, I never get so much time with my child. He's
Yeah.
annoyed. How should I deal with him right now? Because
Yeah.
he is also going through something. She is also going through something.
Yeah.
So,
And
so
even
if
worse when they don't know the intensity, like they don't know how bad it is out there.
right, right. And if you reframe your thoughts, your thinking, you will be able to help them do the same with their thoughts.
Sure.
That causes, again, going back to your first question, that causes them that frustration and anxiety.
Correct. So do you think there are certain activities we can throw light on, for them to be positive at such a time?
Yes, I think I have a lot in
Okay,
lot
amazing.
of things that I would like to share here. So one thing is it's gratitude is so important for us. Now, if we're grateful for what we have, this also goes back to creating that positive environment in your home. If you're grateful for something, your kid will see you and be grateful for the same thing.
Yeah.
So maybe do an activity around, have your, on the dinner table or lunch table, get your, say one thing that you're grateful for on that day. And the entire family does that. So it becomes like a family bonding activity.
Correct.
Also, if you're grateful for something, you'll tend to give more. Now, how do you keep your kids busy? Get them, tell them, okay, if they like pets, tell them there's stray dogs down there. Let's do one thing. Let's create why don't you call your friends, their friends' moms, and say, okay, let's collect little bit of money and give the stray dog something. Or
Okay.
or
Nice.
if there's an NGO that the parents want to donate to, let give the kid that initiative to be able to call, their grandparents, their relatives, and say, okay, can you send us whatever donation you want to get? So the kid becomes a giving self
Hmm.
from a younger age, and
That
this
makes
goes a
complete
long,
sense.
long
Yeah. Yeah. And I also feel like me time for that matter. They need to have time for
yes,
themselves. They need to be given that time
yes.
to introspect, to retrospect, to decide what they should do.
Totally. And this one question I'm asked a lot when you said me time, it came to me that when parents are working and on a Zoom call, a lot
Hmm.
of kids come because they don't know how to handle it better. So a lot of kids come and they start distracting their parents. So in
Correct.
that case, you need to work with your partner and say, okay, I have a really important call at 2 p.m. today. if you don't, can you make sure at that time you keep the kid busy with something or keep them with you?
Yeah, yeah,
That's important. And also when you said about again me time, important to for a parent to give themselves 30 to 45 minutes of just relaxation time. Maybe
yeah,
you can
yeah.
first do it and then give your partner that time as well.
So that you guys can alternate and have the child around as well.
Right.
That
Ritika,
makes complete sense.
there's a really cute activity that works very well for kids. So
Okay,
when I did
okay,
this session at BIS, a lot of kids were very excited.
okay,
So it's called the gratitude fist. So it's like a
okay.
fist flower. So
Wow.
if in the day you tell your kid, okay, now is the time, you have to say five things you're grateful for. So they actually make a fist and say, for example, I'm grateful for my mom, I'm grateful for my dad, I'm grateful for my sibling, I'm grateful for the food I eat, I'm grateful for, my grandparents. So they're actually making a flower with their hand, and flower is also, positivity. So it's all interconnected. That's a very
Nice.
fun activity that
So,
kids
so the
like to
kids
do.
also enjoy it. Like there's something to look forward to, the
Yeah.
flower.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Ankita, we have a really good question that's just come up. I'd like to interrupt here.
Hmm.
Karuna Tekchandani asks us, how do you help kids deal with everything that's going on, the negativity? So, do you think this flower fist will really help at such a time?
I think the fist flower will help. Another thing that they can do is engage their five senses. So if parents want to make a chart paper and stick it on in their room somewhere and
Hmm.
write eyes, nose, ears, tongue, skin, every day during the day, tell your kid, okay, just go there and write something that you have seen that you're grateful for today, something that
Okay.
you have smelled, something that you have heard.
Nice.
You know, so it engages them, it gives them that little time, and they're also then seeing a little good in something.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
so that also takes us to our next question by a parent who asked us that there's creative engagement that's so important for children, at such a
Hmm.
time. How do you
Hmm.
possibly strike that balance between creative engagement and keeping them emotionally stable? I think it's a very, very interesting question.
Yes. So again, understand. So when we spoke about acknowledging their feelings, that will help you understand what they are missing.
Okay.
So if a kid says, I'm really upset because I really want to go to a restaurant, or
Yeah.
or I had my picnic 2 days after, but now it's cancelled, obviously, then
Hmm.
you recreate something. So recreate an imaginary play for them. So
Nice. Okay.
I think you were mentioning something about your mum doing something,
Yeah, so
creating a
it's a
recipe.
really personal experience, but it worked so brilliantly well. So one day, my sibling and I woke up in the evening after a nap, and my mom said, "You know what? Let's just get ready. We're going to a restaurant." And I was wondering what. And she did a whole pretend play restaurant in the house. She got a menu. She cooked our favorite food. She became the server and took our order. She gave us a feedback form towards the end. So what I'm getting at is it's very important to give these students, that experience that they're craving right now.
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's so sweet. You feel so nice. This also adds a element of positivity in the house.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
moving from the regular day to something really cool. So have
correct.
a nice picnic or something.
So I had one of my cousins also, Nirali, if she's here actually. So she
Hmm.
had given me this idea that, why don't you do a campsite in the house? So
Oh,
get a bed
wow.
sheet, create a tent for your own, and then, get the child to sip on lemonade, do a little story in the
Oh, how
tent. So
cute.
that really gives them that experience they're all craving at this point.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
so I feel that's brilliant. I think parents should spend one day at least to try and give them such an experience.
Yeah, and I think weeks should be routine because if the
Hmm.
kid is busy and he has a routine, they work very well. Their emotions are in place at that time, and I think you'll probably agree to this. You would have seen
Yeah,
it with your students.
yeah, for sure.
So they work well in a routine, and if you break the routine on the weekend, they're more than happy. On Monday, they'll go back to it.
Yeah. So do you suggest at such a time they should create a proper timetable early in the morning that they understand, what's in store for them for that day? What do you suggest there?
I think it's what they can do and
Okay.
is see what is their usual timetable. So if the school gives them a weekly timetable,
Hmm.
then create that weekly timetable. If they give a bi-weekly timetable, then do that. So
Okay.
stick to what the school works with, because then they will still feel in their safe space.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
like we tell working people that you stick to your routine, wake up in the morning, get dressed, work from your whatever 10 to 7 or 9 to 6, work those hours. So for a kid also you should set that routine.
Okay. So I also believe that, when they actually get back to normalcy, it's not so difficult for them if the routine is maintained even now.
You
So we
Yes.
have a great question by Disha. I think she tells us that there are lots of energetic kids there who want to vent out their energy, and they're of course not allowed to run and play at this time. So what do you think about it?
So, what you can do, thank you for that question, great question. Create a small little exercise station. So,
Okay.
at this time, now that they are not going out, you rightly pointed out, there's so much energy, right? Plus, because they are not playing, they are not running around, they're not exercising.
Hmm.
So in one room, even in a small area, put three, four things, whether it's a colorful ball or even a shoe, any colorful things, any two, three objects, and say this is your exercise station. So every day from 5:30 to 6 or 6:15, this is your exercise station. You can't move out from here. So in the first station, tell them they have to just jump. So like you do high skipping, tell them,
Hmm.
okay, this is your first exercise. Then your second station is like a, hand station where you have to act like you're
Yeah,
boxing or
yeah.
something. And then third station, whatever they like to do. If they like to play cricket, tell them that you act like you're batting. Don't give them a bat in the house. Or if they like football, tell them to act like that they're kicking a ball. So create different exercise stations that might actually help to tire them out also. So your night will be peaceful in that case.
In fact, that's so exciting for us adults as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think we
It's
should.
a great way to tire us out and, sleep early maybe in the
Right.
night.
Yes.
So, so Ankita, we do have a lot of requests on
Hmm.
understanding. This is Ayushi. Hi, Ayushi. We have a request to understand how do we manage excessive screen time for our students?
Good question again. Um, so screen is obviously not a good thing.
Yeah,
But in this time, what happens is the kids, like I said, that this is a mourning time for them. They will feel bad. This is a tragic time. So don't
correct.
control everything, because screen is something that they can still watch, right? They can't go out anymore. So,
Hmm,
so what happens is if you create a routine, one, they stick to a certain amount of screen time dedicated to them.
correct.
Correct. The other thing is that if right now is a time where you have to work with them, you have to problem solve and negotiate with them.
Yeah, yeah,
You cannot say this is what I don't want you to watch more than 40 minutes or 1 hour, because then there will be fights in the house, which we
hmm,
don't want.
correct.
So ask them, if they're older kids, you can ask them, what do you think? Why don't you create a structure for yourself or your routine, and we can work on it together and see what we can fit in. If they are younger kids, then you tell them, okay, you can watch this much TV every day. But if they say that no, we want to watch more of it, then give them a little more educational content. Say, okay, fine, today why don't you watch this movie?
Hmm,
Something that
hmm.
they're interested in. If they like animals, it could be a movie on animals.
Yeah. So just ensure what kind of content you're showing your students after a point.
Yes, and if you do a lot of other fun activities and keep them in that routine, the screen time will anyway reduce.
Yeah, yeah, correct. So Disha has a really great point here.
Hmm.
She says that screen time could also be used constructively by engaging them in a jump jam, a fun dance workout for kids. So that's
Oh, yes.
actually a great idea. There are so many
Yes.
tutorials happening in on YouTube and everywhere.
Hmm.
So that's
Hmm.
a very cool idea. Thank you, Disha.
Yes. And Disha, you can also include that in your exercise, one of your exercise zones.
Yeah. Kinjal Mehta has also told us make them do vessels. I think that's a good idea. So household
Yeah.
chores is something kids very
Hmm.
generically enjoy. What do you
Hmm.
think about that?
I think right now you have to clean.
Yeah.
So why don't you make it a fun group activity? So if parents say that, okay, today why don't you clean and I will assist you? Because we understand kids may not clean in the best way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
first they wipe something and then the parents come and wipe it. So it becomes, they feel engaged, they feel like they are doing something. And also from an early age, they're learning that everyone is equal.
Learning life skills. Yeah.
Yes,
So
which is important.
I believe it's also a great family bonding activity at this time. Like in our family itself, we have allocated household chores to each one of us. There's one person sweeping, one person washing the vessels, and I think
Right.
when you're all sharing the burden, it's an easy struggle.
Absolutely, it creates a happier environment because
Yeah.
everyone's in it. But as compared to if only, one person has to take charge of everything, it gets really hard.
I completely agree. I believe what we have decided is that at least what we advise is that do screen time, but after a certain amount of time, just watch what you're showing your children. Maybe indulge in more educational content, some
True.
exercises here and there. So it
Right.
works well. So we have some
Yeah.
interesting questions.
Yeah.
Hi, Tinsel. What do you think will be psychological impact on a child during this COVID times?
So the psychological impact is big because they've never been in a situation like this before.
Correct.
Right? But if you try and keep it as normal, try to stick to routines, they will, when everything opens up, they will be happier. They will ease into it as opposed to go completely crazy and say, okay, I want to spend 10 hours down because I've not spent that time.
Hmm. Hmm.
So make this time a little fun so they feel like these are my summer holidays.
Correct. So we also had Karuna in the beginning, or I think Isha Punjabi. One second. She
Hmm.
asked us a really interesting question. She asked us to what intensity should you give out the details of the situation to your child?
So it again depends on their age. They
Okay.
should know that that in this time washing your hands is important.
Okay.
So for a very young kid, you can say, okay, every time you wash your hands, you have to sing happy birthday from start to end. So they know, okay, when I finish the happy birthday song, I'll be done. Or give them their favorite rhyme
Nice.
or poem, right? Sorry, could you repeat that question, Ritika? I lost track of my
So
thought.
no. So basically, what she means to ask is that to what intensity should you ask a child,
Right. So,
or to tell the
so,
child
uh,
the details of the situation?
right. So again, like I said, depending on their age, you create a little story around what is happening. Tell them that this is transferable from one person to the other to the next,
Okay.
and which is why you're indoors and you're safe. So tell them that they are safe. Tell them that they are not in trouble because you're all being precautious,
Nice.
but don't scare them. So if you're telling a 15-year-old, you can be open and say, okay, so this situation is quite bad. It could, it's becoming bad because people are not obeying rules and staying indoors. So we should stay indoors, so we're fine. And we need to take care of our elders. For example, for a younger kid, maybe a 5, 6-year-old, we'll just say that there is something that the entire world, there's a little problem that they are going through.
Correct. Correct.
So we are doing our best, and if we stay indoors, we will all be fine.
Yeah,
Right?
makes
So
sense.
just tweaking the words.
Yeah. So that makes complete sense actually, and it's also important you decide the child's age group and then accordingly tell them how much you should. So,
Absolutely.
so
And if they want, if anyone here wants to message us, post this, please feel free to. We'll try to assist you on a personal level
of
and
course.
help you how to communicate.
So we had a few mothers who asked us that, of course, children are going through a bad time, but as adults as well, a lot of us are getting anxious. We're all not understanding what's going to happen. Are there any activities or ideas you can put forth for us?
I think as adults, the exercise station works very well because that's
Okay.
somewhere that you're venting out and you could do it with your kid.
Hmm.
Um, it's important to talk to your partner. You should speak to your partner or somebody in your house. You need to vent out so you can tell them how you're feeling.
Okay. Okay.
Because right now the situation is not in our control. The other thing is when you're in a problem or you're feeling in a certain way, ask yourself, is this in my control?
True.
Because if there's an external, like the whole pandemic, it's not in our control, it's an external factor in our
Hmm.
life.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
see what are your internal factors, what's in your control, and work on that and ignore the external.
So I'd like to retract our conversation. So when we
Hmm.
spoke about the gratitude lists for children, I feel
Hmm.
like it's so important for us adults to show gratitude. Uh,
Yeah.
so maybe when you're doing it as an activity for your child, it's also important you tell them what you're thankful for in the day or what you're
Yes.
thankful for at a time like this.
Yes. And
Yeah,
I
so it's
think that's
lovely.
where they will also learn and pick up from.
Yeah, very true. Hi, Toasty. We have a question from her. She asks us, how do we structure a routine? What all can we include apart from study time, movement time, or free play time?
So, Toasty, thank you for your question. All the activities that we've shared with you, you can add those in one way or the other.
Hmm.
How you create a routine is try and stick to what their school routine was. So
Okay.
when they wake up, they should maybe change into not their uniform, but okay, normal clothes. If they have Zoom classes, then of course that goes as per plan. Their lunchtime, their breakfast time. So keep all those things fixed. The extra time that you have, you add in some of the exercises or the activities that we've shared with you.
Yeah, yeah. So another activity I could suggest
Hmm.
is create your own memory book. I feel like this
Yes.
is such a good time to reminisce your childhood, at least for children to know what they were like when they were young, or the places they visited with their family. So just take out all your old photos and start looking through them. It'll be a great activity.
You're right, Ritika, that's wonderful. I did that some time back and I really loved it. It really calmed me down and made
True.
me very happy for this time that I have.
Yeah, very true. So I think we're done with the questions. Dr. Pooja Chopra, hi. She tells us it's a great idea to watch mythological series or movies when you're watching the screen. What do you think about that?
Sure, I think to each parent and child,
Yeah,
whatever they feel their kid would like, it's important to give them content that they would like. So if that's something they're interested in, then definitely yes.
lovely. Uh, so I think we can sum up this entire chat with a few
Sure.
points. Would you like to take that?
Yeah, sure, okay. So parents, just to sum up, don't overly control your child right now because they're going through a tragic life event. So don't try to control them, but have conversations, acknowledge what they are feeling, uh, be grateful for them, be grateful for the time you have with your family, so they feel grateful for the same.
True.
And we understand you all must be doing so much of what we've already said, and really hats off to all the parents for
Yeah.
doing what they do. They're really superheroes for everybody. So don't forget that. So if once in a while you don't have something under control, it's totally okay. You
True.
just be you and be happy and be positive, and your kids will follow the same because you're their hero.
True, very, very true. And
Yes.
the whole gratitude that plays a very important role.
Yes, absolutely. So do your gratitude activities. It could be that fist flower I spoke about, or you could, like Ritika said, create a memory book and or do activities around the table, like every night when you're sitting, say, I'm grateful for this. What are you grateful for today? So create a positive environment through activities and through conversations, because I think nothing can replace conversations.
Sure, that's a great, great idea. Thank you so much, Ankita, for joining us. You've actually thrown light on stuff that we wouldn't even think of. So
No.
thanks a lot. We've had a lovely session with you. We're really sorry. Oh, sorry, I need to interrupt that. Disha says a gratitude jar is great. Thank you,
Yeah,
Disha. I think that's
sure.
an amazing idea.
Yes, but thanks, Ritika. Thanks a ton for having me here. And I'm so glad that we finally did something together.
For sure. If any parent, anybody has any questions to ask us, you're more than happy to DM us and we will answer. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye,
joining in.
everyone.
Bye,
Thank you for
Ritika.
joining. Bye. See you.
Thanks.